The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another rip-roaring episode of What's the Script, starring myself, Craig of the House Bruce, and my good friend, colleague, and sometimes lover, Christopher of the House Ness. How are you, Christopher?
Shagged it, Craigie boy, shagged it.
Oh, that's me getting knocked back right away. If you're just joining us for the first time, people, that was a wee joke there. We're very, very heterosexual.
I can't even look at rainbows in the sky. Like, what?
I know.
I'm all fine, mate. I get here my illnesses, my cold, and then my norovirus. Aye, shiting myself to death. Aye. And yourself there, you had the dreaded luggy and all.
I did, mate. I've just got the remnants of the last bit of gunk in my chest to get shotty, which I don't know when it's going to go. Even my boys, they've had like kind of coldy, flu symptoms for the past 3-4 weeks. Ever since they got the flu thing up their nose at school, by the way. That's coming to a stop. So it is. They will fight it like men, like their da. Whoever he is. No, it's definitely me. It's definitely me. Fucking right, it is. Aye, I've took the hairbrush to this fucking the laboratory. They're definitely mine. No, they're mine. They're handsome as fuck. They're funny. But apart from that, folks, we hope you are all well this week. Sorry about the delay. Circumstances, illness, and all that jazz. I wasn't well. I couldn't talk without coughing last week. So apologies for that. But obviously, you've been sitting, rocking back and forth like an Albanian orphan, waiting on us getting back here. Or either us or a Blue Peter appeal to get you to that orphanage. I just remember that for being a wee boy, which is quite funny. Thanks to Quaint for letting us use their title track, obviously. Getting on to great things. I gave you a boost again during the week, telling everybody to get on it, get onto Spotify, get them follow, get them listen to. Things are happening in January. I'm sure we'll be getting a link to a concert, me, Chris and Tim and the troops, know that, yes, man. So thanks to them. Thanks also to Native Origins, going live in a matter of weeks now. So I hope you've all got your orders in. I've washed it eventually, my hoodie that Tim gave us, and it's come out as good as it went into the wash. So that's the quality, you know what I mean? You can tell the quality kind of stuff. You can find us on all platforms, as always. The YouTube channel, get in there and subscribe, because you need to be over 18 to watch it, because we're a bit naughty and we swearing, we say things that aren't appropriate. And also the Facebook group page, which is now at 426 souls, man. Which has been up about 35 for the last podcast, mate. Things are happening. Pure hings, mate. And YouTube's 326 subscribers. And I've sacked half the X now. I don't give a fuck about that. But your TikTok, the last time I looked at it, and I'm sure it's grown since, was at 967 souls.
Yeah, we're 999 today.
Oh, no. No. That's no good enough. That is not good enough. If you are listening to this, people, go over to TikTok, be that 1,000th, because you get a brilliant prize. Nothing physically, just a good sense of accomplishment in your heart and soul. A shout out, as always, to Seismic Cinema, who are always giving us shout outs, mentions, and we do appreciate it, boys. We really do. Get on their latest jingle all the way.
I was listening to that this morning.
Were you? What was the opening monologue? Because I've not started it yet. Put that cookie down now.
No, it was what toy did they want for Christmas? And James rhymed after the Turbo Man advert that fucking young Anakin rhymes off. I know his name's
Aye.
not Anakin, right? But I forget his fucking name. I think I got right up to the bit.
Jamie!
I think Marlon's kid on he's got a bomb. I think that's what I got up to.
Aye. We watched it
I know we
in work,
watched.
didn't we? We'll get to that, mate. We'll get to that. So, listen, it's been a wee while for our last podcast, mate. Let us all know that you've been watching with your eyeballs.
Oh, well, my eyeballs have been everywhere the day. The last couple of days.
Pornhub.
Well, I kicked off with a wee bit of Matthew McConaughey fix. I watched The Lincoln Lawyer again, which is a smashing film.
That's
I
good.
didn't watch the series because people says it wasn't as good as the film, but hey, you know what I mean?
Colin likes it. He likes a legal thing.
Aye. He wants to be a lawyer, I think. And for we just went in all sorts of different directions. I watched You Date, which I think is a film that doesn't get the love it deserves. Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis driving across country. I watched Tower Heist,
Yes.
Independence Day, R.I.P.D., Jingle All the Way, like we've mentioned. And for 2024 films, I watched Venom: The Last Dance, Red One, and Gladiator 2.
Here's a quick
And they were all.
critique of the three.
Venom: The Last Dance is very much a film that you watch and forget about. Know what I mean? It's not the worst thing to come from Sony, but it wasn't. It's not going to be in any conversation. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Red One, aye, I thought it was all right. Christmas film, trying something different. I think people enjoy it, and I was talking to you about Gladiator 2 the other night. I think it was just, again, it's a film you'll watch and no talk about again.
Mm-hmm.
Still get the feel of the original Gladiator. It didn't feel like an epic to me, know what I mean? It just felt like things were happening and there you go. So
it's
shite. It's no shite, know what I mean? It's no shite. The action was good. The acting's good. The effects are good. It just didn't feel like I said to you last night, it reminded me of the remake of Ben-Hur. It happened, you watched it, but you didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go watch that. So
it's Jordi Cruyff in it. He's never going to be his dad. You know what I mean? You're kind of doomed for a start with that shit. You get so much to live up to. And the best compliment I can pay it, as I've said to you a million times, apart from the actors, but we're all smashing, is that this would be a better film if you had no pre-knowledge of the original. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I just felt like I didn't feel like I cared what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Whereas the first Gladiator, you were like, oh, he's been fucking wronged. You want fucking revenge. You want everybody done in. Whereas I was like that. Like you've, I don't really care what happens to you, pal. I didn't care what happened to the Emperors or Denzel's character. I just didn't care what happened to anybody. Know what I mean?
I know. Like, spoiler alert! If you don't, I'm going to say something about the film. If you've not seen it yet, you'll not believe it. But turn away for 30 seconds. See when the fucking wee maniac emperor. There's two emperors in this, people, right? See when he puts a monkey on the throne.
Aye.
What the fuck is Ridley thinking about? Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
What the fucking hell, man? That's just mental.
Aye, it was a bit. Like I say, listen, it's something you can watch it and you'll enjoy it. But I just felt like fucking. I just felt like a film that came out and you were just you would just watch it. And that was it. I seen that because I've no feelings to go back and watch it again. Like we do this when we talk about scenes, how it's like a highlight. Oh, mate, see that bit? That was brilliant. It was just like, next bit. Oh, that's it, done. Right, whatever. So,
very much so. Again, folks, watch it because listen, the action and the level of brutality is smashing.
Oh, definitely, aye.
Anything else, mate?
No, that was me, mate. Red One, I'd say watch Red One because it's good. It's a good wee film.
I mean, the boys are going to
Christmas
watch
film,
that
know what I mean?
after school.
Aye.
So we are, because
Yeah.
Robert was running about last night saying, Daddy, I want to watch the Rock film, the Rock film. I thought he was talking about YouTube because there's a lot of AI generated Rock
Aye.
and Ronaldo stuff, but it's Red One. It went, no, a Santa Claus Rock movie. And I was like, all right, cool. So we watch it after school. I'm looking forward to it because J.K. Simmons has took a right fucking boost in appearances over the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Ever since that film on the Amazon with Chris Pratt, and they're like,
Aye.
oh, you've been juicing, son.
Aye. But that was my watchings, mate. What about yourself? What did you fill your opticals with?
I watched Smile 2. Again, a bit like Gladiator. I didn't care that enough about it, but enjoyed it but I just felt my overriding feeling was I'd seen it before. But I can imagine there's going to be Smile 3, 4, 5, and 6 out of this for some reason, but I just get that horrible feeling. Netflix series, which a lot of people have burst, is Black Doves. It's excellent. It's really, really, really good. It's British espionage comedy and all that. I know you don't like the series, mate, but I'd urge you to watch it because I think it's right up your street. Even though Keira Knightley's in it, who I don't like, but I think she's great in it. I also watched. Sorry,
It sounds like that one, Slow Horses, with Gary Oldman.
I never did watch that. You liked that, didn't you?
Oh, that's spectacular, that fucking thing. See, 3 series, is it? It's brilliant, man.
I'll get on that. I'll need to put it on my list, mate. Argo, obviously, watched that a couple of times. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings. No excuse needed, man. Boss Baby's Christmas. Me and the Waynes watched that. It was pretty fun. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2. Always a good fucking watch, they too. I watched Subservience because I kept seeing reels of Megan Fox taking her dress off. I was like, watch this film. This looks no bad, this film. It was just hit a 6 out of 10 for me. Wasn't that great, to be honest with you. I was like a grown-up version of Megan, I would say. I watched ITV series called Joan, which is a based on true story about a woman in the 80s who becomes a diamond thief and all that and loses her kid. And it's pretty good, man. It's Sophie Turner for Game of Thrones, and she plays a good part, good wee actress. And moving on very quickly, I watched Juror number 2. Good watch, man. Good watch. Jingle All the Way with yourself at work. You're sitting there laughing like fucking giddy as schoolboys, yeah? I watched The Union. Kicking up a storm in here. Oh, cookies. The Union, which is a new film on Netflix with Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry, which was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Good bit of action, good bit of comedy. I think you'll like it, mate, if you fancy watching that. Back on Yellowstone, Series 5 to get that finished. Not finished it yet, but that's just tremendous television. And then last night, I got a wee bottle of wine and I sat and watched Beatles 64, which is the docu film that's dropped on Disney. And it's previously unseen in the moment footage and all that behind the scenes, and that was brilliant. I just can't say enough about the Beatles, mate, but I would say if you're a fan, get it watched. And that was me, mate. That's everything. That's quite the list there.
Aye, it was everywhere. There was a bit of everything there.
Aye. Cartoons and everything.
Full of ocular delights.
But the film I'm doing... That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand. But today, folks, thank you again for tuning in. We are doing, as you found out about fucking 10 days ago, Chris's pick from his list. I picked it from his list, which is Argo, which released in 2012. And as a year, it was 12 years ago, nearly 13 years ago. Chris, what else happened in 2012?
Oh, I'll tell you. Wait till we get to the deaths, by the way. Oh, it's a sad time to be. But events I'll start off with the Costa Concordia shipwreck,
Oh.
which the captain bolted.
Mhm.
The fucking thing hadn't even sank yet, and he was like, oh, ching ching.
Aye. And it was him that moved it forward for photographs.
Aye. Fucking unbelievable, by the way. But there you go. That happened. It was also the year of the 2012 London Olympics that everybody pure heavy loved, man. It was pure dead brilliant, man, because it was in London, man. Fish. Built that, see that big tower they built beside the Olympic Stadium? What the fuck even is that?
Aye.
Look, what was it? It's just
I've seen it.
Aye.
Because I went to see Guns N' Roses at the London Stadium, 2016, and I'm just standing looking at this thing. It's meant to be an Olympic torch, isn't it? A jazzed up
Aye.
thing.
It's an Olympic shite, is what it is.
That's a rare use of taxpayers' money. That.
Fucking. The US consul in Benghazi was attacked. And they made a film about that. It's a smashing film. Can't remember it's like 37 hours or 47 hours or something. It's a smashing film, but
Oh, aye. That is good. That is really good.
aye, aye. So that happened. Xi Jinping became the president of China. And he's been there ever since, by the way. No fucking about. That was fucking quite good, that.
Mate, I was so impressed. You sounded like a fucking old computer booting up Xi Jinping.
Obama was re-elected as president because he's well liked across the water there, you know.
I was.
And he was. And it was also the year of the Sandy Hook shooting, which was that was terrible. That, you know what I mean, somebody walked into the school and shot all the Waynes and all that here in America.
But sadly, it's a common occurrence. That pish.
Yes, but on a happier note, the films that were out. The films were no bad. Well, I'll say no bad. They're smashing, right? First of all, Django Unchained was out. Prometheus came out. I didn't like that to begin with, but it grew on me. I now think it's smashing.
As a grower.
Hunger Games was out.
But is that the first one?
Yeah, I think so.
Aye, fuck's
sake. I think so.
The only good one.
The Dark Knight Rises. The end of the Christopher Nolan trilogy there. The Hobbit Unexpected Journey.
Yes.
The Old Ways. Skyfall.
Welcome to Scotland.
And Avengers Assemble. I can't believe that was fucking that long ago, man. It feels just like yesterday.
Phase 1, Fuck's sake.
Exactly, mate. Oh, I tell you, seeing the cinema there, that seat was moist. It was moist.
Oh, mine's still getting wrung out. Back when Thor had his fucking ginger eyebrows and the like.
Oh, the tunes that were out, everybody was out there, body popping and all that, you know. So, we had somebody that I used to know be Got Ye. And I could never say his name. Is it Got Ye or Got Ye?
It's a fucking 15-year-old.
Aye. Apparently
Jesus wept.
Oh, I'm turning to dust.
Fuck me, man.
We Are Young by Fun. Payphone, Maroon 5. We Found Love. We Found Love by Rihanna and Calvin Harris. Set Fire to the Rain by Adele. And Titanium by David Guetta.
By the way, heavy bangers, all of them, by the way.
Oh,
everyone.
Tunage, man. Up there, shaking your chamois. Dislocating the
hip. Done the dip. I nearly broke my hip.
Slut drops for days there.
Some lassies couldn't get back after the laminated flare because of the suction. Their drop was so slutty.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it was like fucking the sea getting out and the clams opening there. Fucking off.
Lassies getting hit with flare boards stuck to them and that. Oh. Bastard.
But on a somber tone, we had deaths that year.
Right. Preparing myself here.
Right. Now, the first one, Whitney Houston. She popped her clogs. she could no longer dance with somebody. She was gone. Right. Neil Armstrong also died. Andy Williams died.
Oh,
Michael Duncan Clark left us.
Jesus.
Ernest Borgnine left us. And so did Robin Gibb.
Love the Bee Gees, mate.
It's not a nice list, that. It's not a nice list. There's many likeable person on there. But, like the cold in December, death is guaranteed.
And it wasn't the most wonderful time of the year for Andy Williams.
No.
Who was a question
so there you go, then.
in our Christmas quiz yesterday, and I fucking got it wrong.
Oh, poor show. But so that was 2012. A quick rundown. Some of the highlights and some of the lowlights there.
That was brilliant, mate. That was a better than expected, because we'd been saying the last couple of weeks that the more recent the film, the more shit the content is. But a lot happened in that bloody year. I was expecting you to say one of the movies was 2012. I liked that. I liked pictures to see that. I thought it was fucking great. But also, as always, in that year, we picked it because the film we're doing this week is Argo. And give a wee quick synopsis and some details about that, mate.
Oh, well, again, I've not wrote down a synopsis, but I'll make one up for you on the spot, because I'm like that. I'm the white M&M. But...
What's he?
Aye, so you've got... What?
What's he? Is he the black M&M?
That's just what I say.
Oh, you're a bard.
So, obviously, Iran got the US embassy, Iranian people are unhappy. They stormed the embassy. So six of them walk out, and if they're caught, they'll be publicly executed and probably kick off a wee war. So we've got my man here, Ben Affleck, Tony Mendes. He goes in to get them out by faking a movie, and that's a quick kind of synopsis on the spot, one made up for you there. That's all the sweet spots, know what I mean? But
it does.
Aye. Obviously, Ben Affleck, this, written and directing, and also starring as his want. But he's also in the cast of Bryan Cranston, John Goodman, Alan Arkin, Victor Garber, Tate Donovan, Clea DuVall, Scott McNairy, Rory McCaughrean, Christopher Denham, Kerry Bish, and Kyle Chandler. I wrote them down because they're the main players, kind of more recognisable people in this, know what I mean? But there's if you want to look at this yourself, go and look at the cast. There's so many fucking people in it, and you've seen them in everything. But aye. And the budget for the film was apparently, according to the interwebs, $44.5 million, and it brought in a smashing sum of 232 million. So it's definitely made a profit there.
And it done all right at the Oscars, I know, didn't it?
Oh aye. It won 3 of the 7 it was nominated for. Obviously Best Picture, know what I mean? Because that's the only reason I watched it. Because I didn't know anything about it, and it was voted the best. Then you need to watch it. Know what I mean? You see what's going on. But it won. I think it's the first example. I'm not exactly sure, but it was voted the best film, but no the best director, which is weird.
Usually go hand in hand. The awards, didn't they?
Yeah.
For some reason,
So
but I don't know.
I think that's seen as a snub to young Ben there, but that's what it is. And that was actually a quick rundown of all your wee facts and all that there yet. But there's obviously more to come.
And did you see that one of the things I noted down was one of the producers on this movie was George Clooney, which I found a surprise. I was today years old when I learnt that. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, the Clone Master, man.
Aye, because apparently, I think this was all wrote down in an article or something. Because obviously, this is it's CIA, it's all classified, and all this stuff doesn't get released.
Mm-hmm.
But I think somebody wrote an article about it, and I think George Clooney's production company Poundstone it. Like, they hear this is a smashing film to be made. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Oh, and
And
it is a smashing film. It's
aye.
fucking
Well, the people agree with you across the globe. I mean, it's sitting at 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is it's not bad that. And IMDb have a very respectable 7.7 out of 10. So aye, we're not alone. The box office again, it's healthy for the budget it get put in place with a markup about 500%, 400%. But the level of how good this film was, which we'll discuss obviously in the next hour or so, I would have suggested the public had to get more to the cinema to watch this, man. But I'm not sure if this was running for long in the pictures, to be
no,
honest with you. I can't remember it
no,
being in.
I don't really remember it being advertised or anything like that. That's like I say, that's the first time I heard about it. It would have been the next year when it won the Academy Award. You know what I mean? Or the Oscar. So I
Aye.
was like, how the fuck did I know hear about this? You know what I mean? Being the mad fucking cinephile that I'm at. You know what I mean?
Thank Christ you said Cine at the front of that. Jesus.
I was acquitted. Acquitted.
There's other files out
But,
there that aren't as well received, you know?
aye. But see this film, mate, it's like anybody that's not seen it doesn't know anything about it, right? It's no like a fucking it's not like an action packed or fucking chaos sort of thing, you know what I mean? It's mere espionage and kind of slick, smart, fucking anxiety. The big finale is anxiety with its arse. Know what I mean? You actually start
Aye.
holding your breath in parts like, oh,
Aye. Until that front wheel of the plane leaves the tarmac. You're like, oh. You know what I mean? But aye, it's a smashing film, mate. I remember watching it probably the same reasons as yourself. I heard about it after the fact and thought, that looks fucking a good watch. And I watched it and I thought, oh, I like that. And then
yeah,
obviously you did the deep dive after it and see that it was a true story.
aye, aye, which is more mental than anything else. Know what I mean?
Aye.
The only
Because
ideas to evacuate people. That's kid all about making a film.
I just, it's, that was even more unbelievable about it being a real story because of the reason they used to go in to get them out. It's just, what? Seriously, they bought that? You know what I mean?
Aye, aye. It's very. It's not what you expect. I mean, you think the CIA, it's all fucking guys in with silencers, fucking get here and we'll get you out in a helicopter or a fucking jet or something. But it's espionage, isn't it? It's sleek.
Aye, that is. As I say, there's a lot of trivia around this film, which I'm sure we'll go over. One of them is that in an interview with Piers Morgan, former President Jimmy Carter said that he believes the film was a great drama and it deserved to win an Oscar for the best film. However, Carter noted that although 90% of the contributions to the ideas and the consummation of the plan was Canadian, the film gives almost full credit to the American CIA. With that exception, the movie's very good, Carter said, but the main hero, in my opinion, was Ken Taylor, who was the Canadian ambassador who orchestrated the entire process. And I totally agree with that, man.
Aye. Oh, aye, totally. That is the thing. It was like gave criticism because it does take, obviously, a Lenny, the fucking truth, you know what I mean? But because if you do watch it, the Canadians are a kind of bit part and they're just a wee bit of the plan, you know what I mean? They're a useful part in the story, but I don't know why they do that, but I suppose it could have helped the film a bit. But who knows?
Aye.
Know what I mean?
Well, they're the ones
Maybe
that
it's
fucking gave them shelter and provided them
aye,
cover, and, do you know what I mean? But they weren't
aye,
the only ones that suffered because in the movie it was stated that both the British and New Zealand embassies in Tehran turned away the 6 Americans, leaving the Canadians as their only refuge. But in fact, the British embassy did shelter the 6 for a few days, but it was agreed by everyone that the Canadian embassy would be more secure and subtle to where they had to move to. A New Zealand official transported them, and the British also helped other Americans trapped in the country at the time. Ben Affleck acknowledged this, but he said but they are made for a good story, so he just took them.
Well,
No,
that's what I'm wondering. See the whole it's kind of surrounding the fact that he is this Tony Mendes, the agent, is going in to get them out, sort of thing. And I'm guessing that kind of helps the film. Know what I mean? Because then you become invested in him. Know what I mean? Invested in him succeeding, wherever it's somebody else. It's no. But there's like, see the Canadians. They had like days on end. They had people going to scout out the airports and all this stuff, and know what I mean? It was just everything. But hey ho. Plus, what I say is he's kind of he's played with the truth for entertainment. Know what I mean? Because look, we've already mentioned the ending, how it's anxiety fucking through the roof. But apparently it went without a hitch. They walked in, got their tickets, got on the plane and left. That was it. Know what I mean? It's just know what I mean?
Again, we've seen we've reviewed movies based on true stories before that have bent the truth. Titanic, Braveheart, massively.
But if one thing that stays in place is that fucking that Bruce bastard has to fucking tell that statue down.
Oh, don't you start, Wallace. You've got to look at your mother. That's it. Bruce is not to be harmed. So, look, for the opening scene, the director of photography gave 8mm cameras out to certain people in the crowd to make the opening scenes seem to have more of a feel of the time, not that. Did you notice that, and did you like it?
Aye, because it did feel. Because I thought like, there has been films in the past, see, like, during the scene and all that, they kind of splice real footage into it, where this just seemed seamless. Know what I mean? It felt like that you were seeing real footage. But what I was going to say, not see just the recreation of like some parts of the film, like things that actually happened. I thought that was fucking brilliant, man. Especially I see this storming of the embassy and all that. It's just
aye.
I'll wait till we get to it, but
it's in my best bits, mate. It's in my best bits, don't worry. It's coming. Fucking Black Panther.
Aye. But it was very akin to 28 Days Later. Know what I mean? Gave it that kind of rustic feel to it. Instead of, know what I mean? Everything was shiny and sharp. But
it was.
Aye.
But Affleck said himself that the production team were granted unprecedented access to the CIA headquarters, which is a bit strange, but good, both for interiors and exteriors, and that the gratitude for the privilege belongs to Tony Mendes, the retired CIA officer portrayed by Affleck in the film. So he was heavily involved in the whole making and production and the beginning and the ending of this movie. So kudos, he was a hero in life and a hero to the fucking silver screen.
But I can't hold it anymore, right? The storming of the embassy, right? Now, if anybody's, again, if you've not seen this, there is a fucking baying mob out there. They are burning flags, they're hanging effigies, they're going after fucking nuts. Know what I mean? So much so, the guards in the embassy have all taken to fucking loading up rounds and they're wearing body armour, they're getting ready to fucking shoot people, right? So eventually the crowd gets in and they're banging on the door and all that, right? Now there's this guy, I will only call him Tashi because I will not learn his fucking name, right? This guy is in charge. Now, everything I've just told you, they're out there hanging fucking effigies, burning shit. There's a guy even taking to stabbing an effigy to fucking bits. This Tadger takes his fucking vest off and goes, I'm going outside to reason with these people. I wanted to be in the room. I wanted to be in the rooms and see if that actually happened. If that guy actually done that, fucking, he shouldn't have been allowed to breed. That's what I'm saying. That's where his fucking lineage should have ended. Jesus fucking, what?
Aye. No sooner is out there than he's chatting my door, let me back in, let me in. And it reminded me when we done Young Frankenstein, when he goes in to the cell with the monster. Now, whatever you do, I do not want you to open this door, no matter how much I cry, no matter how much I beg, keep me in here. And as soon as he goes in, let me out of here, God damn it, please let me out of here. Fucking, aye, that was mental, mate.
Mate,
mental.
it's fucking settings. He's getting blindfolded and dragged about, and he's like, "Open the door, open the fucking door," and then what? See if there be soldiers. I mean, look, back to Wayne's rules. No, you went out on your seat, on your feet, lost your seat. You're not getting back in. Fuck that noise. Know what I mean?
Aye. See if that happened on a boat or something like that, the crew would have overthrown the captain. Do you know what I mean? You're no fit to fucking lead us anymore. We're taking charge. So, aye, the guy's obviously lost his marbles. It kind of smacks about people think they could do the day. You know what I mean? I'll talk to them. You better, mate.
It's fucking. I mean, they're practically they're chanting "Death to America." Know what I mean? He's like, going out there like, whoa, 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 walking among these people. Like, come on, people. I mean, because it tells you the history of Iran at the start of the film. Know what I mean? How the Iranian people got these shahs, voted them into power. The guy that was in previous made sure the oil, the money of the oil went to the Iranian people. Then America and Britain put their own person in. They've not done that before. Know what I mean? I'd kind of kick shit off. Know what I mean? This guy's getting his dinner flown in on fucking planes, and the people are starving. Know what I mean? I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to reason to these people. I'm going to appeal to their better nature.
Aye, funny. But believe it or no, that for me anyway, that wasn't the first amazing thing that happened, because the crowd are all outside the embassy ready to storm it. The first guy that gets out of the war, the very first guy, this Iranian father or something in a shirt and a pair of trousers, comes off of this 10-foot wall and lands like a Black Panther. Superhero landing. I was like, Jesus! He's wearing brogues, that guy. I was waiting on the. I mean,
and I'll tell you to do. I want to know who's responsible for providing the equipment to the American embassy. Because the incinerator packs in after doing 2 sheets of paper. You know what I mean? When the soldiers go in and they start smashing the monitors, they go in one go. No, if anybody remembers the tellies back in the day, the glass was about fucking, I don't know, the thickness of a 10 fucking Tyson shoe, you know what I mean? It's like fucking, I was like, come on, man.
It was the thickness of that glass you stand on at Blackpool Tower. You know what I mean? To look down. That's how thick the glass was in these televisions, but they didn't bother. Aye.
It's fucking...
But apart from the 2 wee kind of comedic quips that we've put in there, it is a tension builder. You've got a sense of drama. You're like, oh, Jesus, these guys are just office workers, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of angry, upset, a baying mob, man, looking for blood.
Aye. See, I was going to, I'll ask you this and all, right?
Ask me.
I know they walk out, right, and it's kind of, if they get caught, they'll be shot and all this fucking carry on. But who would you rather be, the hostages in the embassy or one of the 6?
In what respect? What do you mean?
Well, just because, what?
Would you rather be caught or rather be on the run?
No, but no, they're in hiding.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get caught, it's certain death. You know what I mean? Or would you be the hostages in the embassy that the government's kind of negotiating to get you back? You know what I mean?
Oh, aye.
Although you're kind of living in fucking, both of them, you're living in fear that you're going to be killed. But who would you rather have been?
I think the fight or flight mode tells you that you would rather be one of the 6 because you've got a chance. Because if your government isn't wanting to storm it with Navy SEALs and all that to avoid a political incident, then I'm thinking, if I'm caught, I'm dead. I'm on the run, man, so I want to be away. But I can imagine however many days it was in the end up that they were on the run and in hiding and all that, you would just be waiting for death, or you'd have that feeling. So I don't think it's a win situation either way,
Aye.
but I would rather have a chance. Have
Aye.
you got a thought on it?
No, I was just curious because I mean they're all going through their different things. Know what I mean? Obviously the boys and the people in the embassy, they're getting held at gunpoint. Know what I mean? But at the same sense, there's a kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. You're no certain to die. Know what I mean?
Mm.
But if you're one of the six, just- if you're seen, you're definitely dead. There's no negotiation for you. You're done.
Well, that's true
So,
because further into the film, when we get into the film and Affleck arrives, he's driving the car. We see a guy hung for a crane, and he looks like a local. So it doesn't matter. Mob justice out the street obviously is a bit different. So it doesn't matter if you're white, if you're even harbouring them or anything. You know what I mean?
yep.
You're fair game there, Charlie.
But it was just a question. But another question. I thought, see, an attack on an embassy, I thought that meant war.
I don't know. I don't know the ramifications. That's why finding out this was a true story was so amazing, because of the plausibility of the plan to get them back out was a bit unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? So they don't want to cause a scene. They want to do it on the quiet. So I always thought that as well. I thought attacking an embassy was as good as an attack on the country itself, because it's deemed American soil in it.
Aye. That's again, that's what I thought. Know what I mean? Because it's obviously like the Benghazi one and all that, but that was obviously hushed up for fucking obvious reasons. Know what I mean? But
it's not an uncommon thing. Embassies getting
no,
fucking torched and burnt and all that jazz.
I can see. I went looking to see if I went looking to see if that was war, if that meant war. And there's a fucking there's a Wikipedia list of embassy attacks. I'm like, aye, can't it be a war thing? Because we'd never be done fighting each other.
Aye,
So,
I know. But again, I find it very, very strange, because to get into an American embassy, you need to have an American passport and all that jazz, because it's no where it is. It's no Tehran. It's America. That wee square is America. Mental. But I think that's all I heard growing up in the 80s and 90s. Embassy stormed, embassy bombed, and all that jazz. And it's just, well, we can't quite fly to America, so we're going to take it out, and the poor cunts that are here working. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. But aye. A lot of the film was shot in Istanbul and all, because obviously they couldn't film in Iran for obvious reasons. It's fucking I mean they're still at it.
Aye. It's no it's not a good location that for a movie. It's fucking mental. Affleck, a long-time Led Zeppelin fan, admits he was desperate to use the track when the leave breaks from Led Zeppelin, and vigorously persuaded the rockers to win permission, but they asked him to make a very specific change. The scene was originally shot with Tate Donovan placing the record needle on the beginning of the album, which was wrong. When the Leave Breaks is actually the last song of the second side of the album. Affleck agreed to make the change, and he headed back to the editing suite in order to make the band happy. He later told the Los Angeles Times he approached the band's attention to detail despite having to pay for another shoot. So, just imagine Big Robert Plant. But what to use this? What to use your song? Going to put the needle on the record? No, you're no. How no? Because that's not what the record is on the record. It's the last song of side 2. You'll reshoot that. You anal bastard.
Another interesting fact which I thought was fucking quite hilarious. The fake studio that the CIA sets up in the film was so convincing that it even received a script from Steven Spielberg.
Aye.
Aye. I'm just taking that at its word, but even if it's no real, I hope it is.
Aye.
But I mean, Imagine the CIA having ET. Oh, we're not making that.
Aye, fucking hell, man. On you go there, Stephen. But another wee fact as well, that Tony Mendes, who Affleck plays, he's actually in the film as well. You can see him passing behind Ben Affleck with his family when Tony is dropped off at the airport to fly to Tehran. So he got a wee 5 seconds of fame there, which was nice.
Aye. Plus, again, another thing that was very fucking weird but hilarious. The screenwriter, who I'm sure it was one of the Oscars for original adaptation of screenplay or something like that. He actually went on to very different films. He was a writer on Superman versus Batman, the Justice League, and the Rise of Skywalker. He's went in a very different path from Argo, but I dare say he's made that money.
I'm fucking surprised he's not actually made Argo, the fake film. You got enough props and storyboards and script for it, so there you go. But aye, that's a very left field political drama to Kryptonian. Know what I mean? Mental.
But another thing I was kind of thinking myself, right? No, I'm wondering if there was something kind of put in place for this woman, but what's her name again? Shah. So that she works in the Canadian Embassy as the housekeeper or something like that. Her life is in fucking ruins, right? So much so that you just see her like she's crossing the border into Iraq. You know what I mean? And I'm just wondering, like, was there any thought to that woman at all? You know what I mean? Was there anything put in place, like, come to Canada? Once you get to Iraq, come to Canada or go to America.
Aye. We'll give you asylum because you deserve it. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Ta-ta now. See you later.
I was like, bastards. Fucking.
Maybe she's away in Tehran to chap their embassy's door. Know what I mean? The Canadian embassy in Iran's door. Or Iraq's door, sorry. Because, by the way, she sets her table beautifully. That's what she does this movie. She keeps, every time you see her, she's fucking set the table.
Aye. It doesn't sit right with me. You know what I mean? Because obviously, the people that are hunting the 6 Americans show up at the embassy, you know what I mean? And ask her, who are these people and all that, you know what I mean? And she lies. So effectively, when they get rumbled, like that, what's her fucking name again? You know what I mean? And you're like, fucking.
I get that cow. Aye, definitely. The reigning official Sadegh Gods the Boogie, I've not said that right, seen on archive footage at the end of the film, issuing dire threats against Canada for their role in the rescue. He was later executed by his own regime that he served so fucking passionately. So,
Aye.
There you go. Play with fire.
You're going to get burned, man. You're going to get burned.
Aye. But then again, with all these radical regimes and movements and blah, 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 that's a very common thing that happens, isn't it? The higher up you are, you end up dying by your own hand. Kind of basically. Saddam was he was famous for it. Do you know what I mean?
You're no radical enough anymore. You've changed. Hang that bastard.
You're even at that. You're too good at what I'm asking you today, and the people are liking you a lot more than I like. So,
be gone.
Disappear that bastard.
A shout out to the John Goodman character. I can't remember the guy's name, but he actually, obviously in the film, he got the highest award of civil you can get for helping the CIA. But it was also the man behind creating Spock's ears and done the makeup for the Planet of the Apes films. What a guy.
What a guy. Aye, and by the way, John Goodman.
Aye.
Is he one of the most underappreciated movie actors of our time for the roles he plays.
Yeah, I'd say so.
For a guy for a sitcom and Roseanne
Yep.
to be in some of the biggest movies we've ever seen, and some of the not the biggest movies, but playing some great characters. Do you know what I mean? He's just a big, likable fucking
Because he kind of went through a resurgence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Through this kind of period. That because it did disappear for a wee while. But aye, like you, mate, I like him in a lot of things he does. And this getting the best film Oscar. It was in the film the year before that got the best film Oscar. So I know what I mean,
that?
it's the John Goodwin effect. I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. But there you go.
Obviously, we've done the Big Lebowski, and
Aye.
he's a very important character in that movie. But he's funny and he's good. He's a wee bit aloof and off the cuff and all that. But I always remember him in Flight with Denzel Washington, and he's his drug dealer, and he's just so charismatic and cool, and turns up his wee bag. Hey, baby, how you doing, man? Yeah, what, you want to be up? You want to be down? You want to be? He's tremendous. We like you, John Goodman.
Aye, he's good people, and I remember him for Roseanne and all. I mean, I was but a small person, but aye.
I was great in that, man. I honestly thought when I was a wee boy that they two were actually married in real life. No, so I did because they were just so convincing. But another actor in this movie who I've got a lot of love for is Alan Arkin.
Yeah.
He never deviates for the same person ever, whatever character he's, because he's the same guy in everything he plays, but he's actually a very funny guy and often but he's stand-up. I've seen him at roasts and all that, and he's a damn good Joe. He is funny, man.
Did he not die this year, or was it last year? Very recently passed anyway. But he's brilliant, man. Like you, mate. Everything he does, fucking. Because he was in a couple of films there. No, was it with Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine or something? I think it was like Going in Style or something. So it's fucking just funny, man. He plays the irate fuck you guy, and it's brilliant, man.
No fucks given. I'll say what I want. I don't care what you do about it. I don't care how you feel about it. It's great. Another last wee bit of trivia for me is that Ben Affleck actually requested that the actors playing the embassy refugees, the six, lived together for a week in a house dressed in their 1979 clothes, and the house was decorated 1979 decor in order to get acquainted and to be better understand the time period, which was pretty good.
Aye, wee bit of method. Aye, because I could only imagine Series 6, because I don't think they all get on. Say in the film, that comes across that they're not. But I could just imagine having to be stowed away by somebody that you don't get on with for, what is it, fucking 69 days or something like that. Know what I mean? You're like, oh, come on, man.
Aye, I've got
See the way you fucking breathe in the morning, mate? You do, man, nothing.
Do you know what? I'll say it to now. They all done my nutting to a certain degree. And this, which I suppose is how they were to portray it, how they were to act it. Because they are this. I remember sitting watching it. You're just fucking snivelling wee bitches, by the way. Do you know? Just being pure selfish. But I rate it. Well, they're fucking feared for their life, Craig. You know what I mean? Calm down, mate. But nah, Canadians have took them in, and all they're doing is greeting and all that. I mean, see the couple, see the man and wife, see his wife, just want to backhand her into another room, man. You know what I mean? And she is kind of underhandedly blaming him without saying this is your fault because they had the chance to leave beforehand and all. But I mean, I stayed out here for you. It was you that wanted to stay. Oh, aye. Was it me? Was it I? We're casting up now, hen, aye. I had a fucking right. No today. Go out a walk. The door will be locked behind you.
Have himself and all, but he done my fucking nothing. Although I like that guy. What's his name? Is it McNairy or something like that? His name is.
Aye.
McNairy. I think it's Scott McNairy. See when Mendes appeals, he goes, "I am here to get you out," and he's just the guy that lets down. He's the guy that lets down balloons at parties and all that. How are we gonna get out? Well, I'm here to. It's not going to work. But I was like, Like, will you fuck up?
Aye,
I bet that's not even your real name, is it? No, I'm a spy, you fucking ass.
aye. I mean, you alluded to the fact that the screenwriter went on to Donna Justice, and he's in that. He's the guy that loses his legs and ends up becoming a patsy for Lex Luthor and all that. Doesn't he? You know what I mean? But he's a good actor. I like him.
Aye, he is, man. He's good.
He plays the fucking
Always
Sodom and
plays a
Gomorrah
guy
part
that
very
looks-
well.
He always plays a guy like, right on the edge. His nerves are jangling like every time, man. But he's good, man.
Yes.
But
what's some of your
right,
best bits in the movie? Sorry. What's some of your best bits?
Well, for me, mate, I'd say my favourite. I'd say is the last checkpoint at the airport when they're just about to step on the plane and all that, and then these soldiers just fucking take the hump. Nah, in here, and it's the fucking. It's just the whole anxiety because there's obviously spoiler if you've not seen it, but they get to the airport, the tickets on there, and you're like, oh fuck, caught at the first hurdle. Then they get it, and you're like, oh brilliant. And they go through. Because when you enter Iran at the time, you had to fill out a wee slip. They keep the slip, and you get the copy. And then they get there, and there's no slip, and it's like, oh, this is very irregular. And you're going, oh no.
Aye, and then back in CIA headquarters, it's getting typed up as they speak. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how the fuck? What year was this meant to be in 1970? What? How did they get that from there to there without internet and all that shit? But they get it. It's just impending peril, isn't it?
Aye. And then it's just, what I say is, get to these last guys. They're obviously the kind of radicals, and they pull them in, and they're no convinced at all. You know what I mean? And that wee guy we were just talking about, and he starts trying to convince them about this film because there's like storyboards, how they're going to make the film and all this shit. And then the wee head guy, he goes and phones the studio, and the Alan Arkin and John Goodman character on the air, and they're held up, and you're going, oh no! It's fucking, like I say, mate, it's just because of the anxiety, how tense it is, and it feels real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See, when you try and get scenes like that, they don't feel real, just it feels kind of fucking forced. I don't know if it's just because of the whole way the film is made, but it just feels real.
Aye.
Know what I mean?
The use of kind of making you think it's in real time, scene to scene. Things are happening over here. Well, this is happening here. No, that is very, very well done. We say it a lot, but this movie, Disney have a lot of dead space in it at all.
No. That's brilliant. But that mate, that was my favourite one. That's definitely my favourite because it's fucking like because it's the first time seeing this. I had no idea what happened. I didn't know about the Iranian embassy thing and all that. Know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like, how the fuck does this end? It's just,
Aye. I didn't know if there was people going to be. I didn't know if there was any collateral damage or anything like that. If there was going to be 3 of the 6 get away, or 5, or 2, or 6. I didn't know. So that's what kept you invested in the movie to see how it panned out, I suppose. Anything else?
I'll say this one before, so do I still have you, but using the wee rug weavers to start putting the shredded documents together. I thought, but that's what it is. That's because Bryan Cranston says that they're using the rug weavers to start putting the documents back together. But I just thought that was so fucking sinister and so. Like, it just showed you how vested they were into finding out everything that was in this fucking CIA headquarters thing, this embassy. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just felt sinister that they were going to get each strand of paper per shredder and just see if they matched up. And it was just a pure will and all. I'm going off. This is again, Hammer's home, that guy going, I'm going out to reason with him. All right, John.
You're going to talk to the people that have took all the wains after the production line to splice together shredded documents until they get you. Aye, listen, good luck with that. I think you might go on all right. Aye, smashing your dick. Fucking double mortise locked and all that behind them. Dafty.
How about
See that
yourself,
scene
mate?
I know, mate. It was quite funny because I had a wee chuckle myself. I just went, now one of they. Because I don't know why. I immediately thought a fucking Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There's an episode when they're on there with all the shredded documents and all that. And it takes like Big Terry Crews like half a day to get 3 strips together. And then Scully ends up a genius at it. So just imagine Scully's head popping it in Iran. Oh, look, I've got a full picture. It's a good tension builder, man. So it is. There was a
What about
scene in it
yourself, mate?
that I forgot about when you asked the question earlier about would I rather be one of the 6 or one of the ones blindfolded at the embassy. There was a scene where the guys at the embassy have the blindfolded hostages and they line them up just out of nowhere, just go, get up on your feet, you're going to die, they're going to kill them. And they line them all up, so they're all sitting there waiting to be executed. And then the guns all click. There's no ammo in it. Just a bit of mental torture. And I remember seeing it the first time going like that. Oh, you fucking bastards, by the way. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. Nah, it was fucking. Aye, that was one of my name I wrote down. I don't know why I say it because I was like, no, it's a bit much.
Aye.
That's why I asked. I know it was like fucking. Because you had to go through that as well. Know what I mean? And you don't know how many times they've done that.
No.
Know what I mean? Just.
Or
Aye,
did the taking people away from the group into another room and just letting a gun gaff and making them think that somebody'd been killed and just, again, mental fucking torture and you don't know when you're going to die. It's horrible, man. That had me, gave me the shivers, that. What else? I wrote down the gold Rolls Royce and tacos. Just had a bit with a big gold Rolls Royce and it just had no fucking business being in there. But the again, the levels they went to convince the locals that this was a real film and all that was such that I thought the press release and script reading was fucking excellent. Where they get all the world's press run these actors to read off scripts and all that part of the films to give you a feel of what the movie's going to be like. And they're like, oh, yeah, that sounds good and all that. Do you know what I mean? I thought that's just one of the
Chewbacca.
Aye, that is just one of the little things in the big cog in a machine that they went through to try and they're doing this, so it must be real. You know what I mean? So I thought that was smashing.
Aye.
And
Brilliant, man.
And then I'll just lastly say, because I'm sure you're going to say it as well, because we said it at the start, the whole last act, the airport, and it just seemed like a never-ending runway when that plane started taxiing. It just took so long to get wheels up, man. And I was expecting, I remember the first time, as like you, I had no preconception of how this ended or how it was going to go. I was waiting on the shooting starting. Do you know what I mean? I was waiting on the plane getting fired upon before it never happened. But it was just so good, man, wasn't
it? Right. Oh, it's brilliant, man. It's so well done. And obviously, it wasn't true to events, but it wouldn't have been what it was. Not what I mean, if they just all walked onto a plane and due to buy now.
Aye. But even at that, they don't think they're safe until the wee tannoy comes over and says, take your seatbelts off.
Aye.
That's when they all start hive.
Aye. Pets get lushed.
We're now delighted to announce we are serving alcohol. Woohoo! Get some! God bless America, USA! Aye, spring break. MAGA, motherfucker! Aye. But one underlying thing throughout the whole story that I did like was the way Affleck humanised his character by showing you that he had his own shit going on at home. He had this, he was missing his son, he had a fractured marriage, and he was missing out on being a dad, and that was fucking hurting him. Do you know what I mean? So I liked the way he spoke to his son on the phone and all that. When his wife first catches her boy on the phone and tells him to get off and all that, and tells him he can't phone at this time. I was like, cow. Fucking guys. But it's obviously she's had years of this. She's been put through him being away, no being able to ask where, when, how, probably expecting a chap at the door to say he's missing in action or killed and all that. So it must be some fucking life for a woman to get through.
Yep. What I may have seen, I'll say I know, is when they go to the bazaar market. Because part of the thing is we need to go out here and scout some locations. And they go into this bazaar, and it just, again, fucking pure nightmare fuel. How things could fucking turn so quick, man.
That wee guy just looking at them as you staying here and there's white people getting looked for. Use them. Oh,
it's fucking because again, she takes that picture of the wee guy show up, just pretending to do their job. I will take pictures for Hangman and all that, and then a wee guy just fucking he goes off his nut because I think it was his son was killed and all this fucking carry on, and then the whole market. It's like a frenzy in it. It's like they all fucking wasp hive one attacks, and then they all fucking go out, and it was just. And then you're going, oh, that's them rumbled. That's them caught. We're not even getting to the fucking end of this film. No.
Oh, my head.
But it's fucking, panic and just, know what I mean? Because you can see them all starting to fucking. I can only imagine, if that happened for real, right? I could only imagine they people in that situation. Because like, fuck, we're out, we're caught. Know what I mean? How do they keep their composure? Know what I mean? Because they're no fucking spies and all that. Know what I mean? They're no actors.
No,
but
as I said, they're often they're admin, they're clerical staff, and they're being asked to fucking act and portray and no break character and no lose their cool. And I can imagine, especially the women I know. I'm not trying to be sexist here, but I can imagine the women holding it together and no just going, going to catch us and all that kind of stuff. But having said that, your man with respect, so he was fucking probably most likely to do it. Oh, just take us. Oh, can't do us anymore.
He's a spy. What would you fuck up?
It's me you're looking for. Why
do you always fucking do this when we go it?
Can you just give me one night, John? Could you? No. Too much to ask, wasn't it? Aye. Do you know what? We're done. We're done, son.
Your mother never liked me. Like, what would you fuck? And then I in prison, know what I mean? Getting your fingernails clipped out like that. You'd never had the dinner ready for me coming home. There, I've said it. Like, John, fuck you.
Aye, exactly. Sitting here with 6 of my 10 toes left. It's you I fucking feel the most pain for, you bastard. Anything else you want to stumble up scene-wise?
No, mate. I mean, we gave the storming of the embassy a big part already, mate, but it was brilliant seeing the way it was recreated and she just that woman sitting at the desk, they're here sort of thing. Like, it was like fucking death arrived and all that. I was like, that's deep, that.
What I will say is, for the start of the movie, the splicing between real footage and film footage for back in the day and all that was seamless and well done as well. It wasn't oversaturated, you know what I mean, which it could have been. So that's that. What about favourite lines, mate? You get any?
Well, one of them for me is when Bryan Cranston is at frantic and they're trying to find the chief of staff, and the wee guy goes at him, how are we supposed to find them? And Bryan Cranston just goes, we're a fucking spy agency. Find them.
Aye.
It's so slapped in, but it was fucking hilarious, man.
It's good money, that cunt.
Oh, brilliant, man. One for Alan Arkin's character. If I'm doing a fake movie, it's going to be a fake hit. It's fucking brilliant.
That's brilliant, man.
I don't know if I put my name to shite there, lad.
Aye. Another one I know is Jack O'Donnell. This is the best bad idea we have, sir, by far. There's another bit when John Chambers, target audience will hate it. Tony says, "Who's the target audience?" And John says, "People with eyes."
I've got one of his that all. Uh, he's got to fix the guy dressed up as a Minotaur. The guy says to him, he says the prosthetics too tight, he can't act. He goes, if he could act, he wouldn't be playing the Minotaur.
Exactly, man. Brilliant. Oh. And then Joe Stafford says, "You really believe your little story is going to make a difference when there's a gun to your head?" And Tony Mendez just says, "I think my story is the only thing between you and a gun to your head." So just kind of telling him, "Listen, you fucking idiot. You've no better ideas, and this is the only one we think's going to work without bloodshed. Fucking man up, you dick."
Again, the Alan Arkin character. See when they're doing the read through for the script and all that, he sees this all and "Oh hey, how are you?" and all that. John Goodman goes, "Do you know, hon?" He's like, "Keep that fucking space witch away from me. I was married to her."
Aye.
Oh, fucking brilliant, man.
When Max says to Alan Arkin, "I know," it's like, "Let me be honest with you, Les." Went, "No, I'd like you to bullshit me, Max."
Oh, and then just the other one. Everybody eventually ends up saying, "Argo, fuck yourself."
Aye. That kind of morphed me to fury.
Aye.
Best job I ever had. Best job I ever had. Best job I ever fucking had.
Oh, so good, man.
Bryan Cranston and all. No, there's a bit of peril at the airport and the end and all that, and there's, we're not going to make it, and it's not going to happen. And he just says, "I'm not going to leave him at the airport with 6 people and his dick in his hand. Tell the director to call the White House and do your fucking job." Do you know what I mean? So he's, "Get him out."
Aye. See for the wee bits that fucking Bryan Cranston is in this, mate. He just commands his scenes, especially at the end part, know what I mean? Well, I get why you're the boss.
That's it. And obviously, he knows Affleck on a personal level, you know what I mean? So it's not just about the job, it's his friend as well, and he wants him out there alive with these 6 people. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of good dialogue in this movie, surprisingly, fuck's sake, but more than I thought there was going to be. There was a lot more I didn't write down. You've already mentioned the other ones that I did write down, so it's very good. Very good. You get any others?
It's definitely, well, we've spoken, I'm not really into fucking Ben Affleck than acting, you know what I mean? Right? But as far as his writing and directing goes, mate, it's fucking top marks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of the screenplay it was involved with, you know what I mean? But whoever wrote the screenplay, it was the dialogue and it's smashing.
Aye, very smashing.
Very smashing.
Aye, yeah, it can't be questioned that I do feel a bit let down there by the Academy. I'm not getting Best Director for this because, in fact, I'm going to go and see who did get Best Director that year because I think it was a bit let down because it's smashing. We say to people that haven't watched the movies we review, we always strongly urge you to go and watch them, right? See this film. It might not be up your street, but I would still suggest you watch it. And I would suggest, do yourself a favour, go and put your phone in charge in another room and just watch the movie because it needs to have your full attention. It's that good.
Yeah, I can see that bit where it's the screen, they're reading out the script and all that for the media and all that, and you're kind of going, "This is ridiculous," and but that's also running at the same time the people getting fake executed is happening. Know what I mean? So soon you're going like, "This is fucking ridiculous and stupid and a bit funny." Then you're reminded the reason it's being done. Know what I mean? So
Aye.
but it's what I say is, mate, it's no fucking it's no a Bond film. Know what I mean? There's no shooting and fucking stuff exploding and all that. It's very spy movie. It's very like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It's very that fucking kind of ilk. Know what I mean? What we do in the shadows. So
except vampires.
exactly. But
So
I just think it's the whole idea smart. It feels like for a time period or not, it feels like you went back in time to watch this. You know what I mean? The attention to detail, Clea's, cars, technology at the time and all that. It's just
Aye,
ticks the boxes.
political unrest and all that jazz. It makes you want to go and
Aye.
find out a wee bit more about it on the internet and how where these people are today and all that kind of stuff, which I would suggest you
Aye.
do if you do watch this film and you enjoy it. Anything else you want to say about it?
No, mate. No. I've said all my bits and pieces.
Who's your favourite character in it?
Um, I'll go. I'll go behind me, Bryan Cranston. I like Bryan Cranston. Although I like the Alan Arkin character, but Bryan Cranston. See, even in the beginning, where he's giving them the rundown of what's happening, and he's in that meeting and all that, and then obviously the states hitting it with the daft idea of getting them bikes and having them ride the bikes into a different country, and you see Mendes turning to him like, "These pricks serious?" And he just goes like, "He's on, don't, just don't." Know what I mean? And then when the going gets tough, know what I mean? He's fucking barking commands, and you're getting the Walter White fucking acting again. Know what I mean? So it was brilliant, man. Brilliant.
Aye, for Walter to
Love yourself, mate.
Heisenberg in 3.4 seconds, you know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
I like Cranston as well, but I'll just say Alan Arkin because it just makes me smile and all that, and some of his pattern, it's tremendous. There's a good few lines I never wrote down. There's the one when he says, "Look, I'm 150-year-old," you know what I mean? I've seen it all, I've done it all, no, it's just funny. He doesn't give a fuck. But out of 10, mate, what you're scribing it?
Well, I gave this a 9, and I'll stick with a 9. I think it's a 9 on my IMDb. So it's a 9 for me.
Well done, mate. 9. I've gave it a good solid 7. It was an 8 on my first viewing way back when. Just a solid 7 for me. 7.5 even. But great watch. Strongly urge them to, it's no seen it to watch it, as we always do. Get on it, people.
Yeah. Oh, it's a 9 for me because my 10 films are the ones I fucking go back and watch again and all that shit. Whereas this is one I'll go, I've not seen that in a while, I'll put it on, and then when you watch it, you go, it's a good film. So
underappreciated for what the box office suggests, but it was recognised by its peers in the awards ceremonies, so that makes it all that more better. But there you go, folks. That is 2012's Ben Affleck star-directed Argo, based on a true story of true events, of true people, of true things that happened in the world in the 1970s when people were hanging from cranes.
Every time you say Argo, we sound like Sean Connery.
Argo.
Argo.
Argo, fuck yourself in the morgue. Junior, your best.
Aye, there you go. Argo.
As always, folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you've done both, even better. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, fucking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music, whole shebang. If there's a listening device out there and we're not on it, you don't want to fucking have it as an app on your phone. So there you go. Now we have movie bingo, yeah. And this week, Christopher, it is the viewer's pick. So you get to choose from the list, if I can just remember where I put it. So we have 14 options. Number 3 is away.
What day? Well, we'll go with number 9. I like 9.
Number 9. Oh, number 9 is Death of Stalin. And that was suggested to us by my friend Anne Speedy, who I will get in contact with and see if she wants to get on board with us and go over the film with us. She's very much a movie buff in our ilk, mate. Loves her horror. Never at the cinema. She went to see Wicked there 4 times, so But I enjoyed Wicked and all. But
Did you have a wicked time, did you?
she loved it, and she's very big on the comic book lore and all that kind of stuff. So she's good people, as Anne. So I'll get onto her and see.
I'm
Because
sure I've seen
Death
that
of
anyway.
I've no.
Dan, Death of Stalin. I'm sure I've seen him. I think Jason Isaacs and all that's in it. If I remember right.
But if I have seen it, I don't remember it. So I'm very interested to get a wee peek at it, because she suggests that is her favouriteest film, and she wants us to review it, which we're more than happy to do, people. So if you haven't had your suggestion in, get it in. One film only. Don't be hitting me with this. Oh, I want to do this one, but I also like that one. Pish. I'm not interested in your garbage. One movie, and also the opportunity to come on and discuss it with the legends that is Chris Ness and myself on What's the Script podcast. For now, what I will say, mate, is I'm not going to put any time frame on when that's happening, because we are now entering the silly season, aren't we?
Yeah, we're on at the cusp of the baby Jesus' birthday.
A week today, it'll be Happy Birthday, Jesus. Jesus, it's your birthday.
Oh, we nod to the Simpsons there. I like that.
Aye, and I'm no doubt as well, exactly 7 working days from now, 11:20, I'm assuming you'll be on your third drink, but just stirring a big pot of soup.
Eric, we are cigar, spitting the ash into it like that. Yeah, adds flavour.
Aye, like fucking, would you cry? Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is the ma in the first series of The Bear, making the Christmas dinner.
That was a tough watching, but it was brilliant, man.
That was anxiety ripped out its nut for a good half hour.
You go there. Will you fucking not say her ass?
Aye. Well, you all just calm the fuck down, man. She was in that kitchen for 9 hours and you were all sitting at the table fighting. That was great. So there we go, folks. That is the next movie we'll do is The Death of Stalin, suggested by Anne Speedy, who will hopefully get on to discuss it with us. And in the meantime, everybody, have a very Merry Christmas. And if we don't see you before it, a happy New Year as well. Or a happy Hogmanay, as we say in Scotland, Chris.
Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. Get merry. Get heavy. Because the gym needs money in January, you know what I mean? So...
Aye. So we're
going through to tell everybody you love them, even if you're drunk or you're sober.
Aye, exactly. Reach out to somebody you've not reached out to. Fucking stop burning bridges, make the connection, be the bigger person, and all that jazz, because it's that time of year. It should be done all throughout the year, obviously, but there's always a better excuse to do it at Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And
watch films. Get them watched.
Yes. And remember, if you're at a loose end, you're fucked, you just want to lie down and listen to something, we have an absolute vast body of work. I suggest that nobody who's been listening to us for the past 3 and a bit years has exhausted our full back catalogue. If you have, let us know. If you have, that would be good. Because I was actually thinking about going back and redoing Stand By Me at one point in the future, because it was our first episode, and as smashing as it was, the audio is fucking diabolical. You know what I mean?
Same with the Breakfast Club. The audio, and that was the one I think the Bayfields kept dropping in it. Or it was myself.
Oh, was it? Well, there we go. That's always something that can be explored in the future, but there's no rush for it, I suppose. But big man, you enjoy your Christmas. I will not. Well, see you at work before it, obviously.
Aye.
Even though you're...
Well, everybody. Aye.
What are you in for anyway next 4? You're only in for 2?
2.5.
2.5. So, I'm 3.5.
Yes. Aye. But again, cheers everybody for listening, liking, sharing, watching, downloading, whatever it is you do. And have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm. And if you're one of those people that likes to watch us on the YouTube and flick your bean at the same time, that's for you. So is that.
Cheery
bye. Cheery bye.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.